nation hides its sins beneath the clothes of political correctness, truth becomes a casualty, and justice fades in the shadows. Today, Britain's political corridors are shaking, but not for the first time. With the shameful saga of grooming gangs rooted in a pattern that leads back to one undeniable truth, a dark stain linked time and again to individuals of Pakistani descent. Namaskar, I am Suruchi Das and you're watching Ritam. The British Parliament witnessed a shameful act after the Conservative Party's push for a national inquiry into grooming gangs was met with wholesale rejection by the Labour government of Prime Minister Keir Starmer. The proposed inquiry was meant to strengthen the children's well-being and schools bill, a crucial measure aimed at protecting vulnerable children from exploitation. Yet, Labour's refusal to support the inquiry, citing delays to immediate justice, has drawn sharp criticism from across the political spectrum. In a fiery session during Prime Minister's questions, accusations of cover-ups and misplaced priorities flew as Kemi Badenoch of the Conservative Party argued that rejecting the inquiry would deepen public mistrust. Reform UK's Rupert Lowe called the situation a national disgrace, openly condemning what he described as a systemic failure to address the crimes of Pakistani grooming gangs. Such rhetoric may seem harsh, but history offers grim validation. This is not the first time Britain has grappled with scandals of sexual abuse orchestrated by grooming networks. Earlier, Ritam reported how various cities in the UK reveal horrifying patterns where hundreds of young girls, many from vulnerable working class backgrounds, were preyed upon. In each case, perpetrators, mostly of Pakistani origin, operated with near impunity while authorities, paralyzed by fears of being accused of racism, turned a blind eye. Yet, the shame does not rest solely within Britain's borders. Pakistan itself has a long-standing problem with systemic abuse and gender-based violence. According to the Global Slavery Index, Pakistan ranks amongst the worst offenders for forced labor and trafficking, with women and children disproportionately affected. Even more telling is Pakistan's awful record of justice. Cases of high-profile rapes and murders are often met with public outrage, only to fade with a fog of corruption and inefficiency. The misuse of the term Asian grooming gangs has also stirred controversy, unjustly smearing broader Asian communities. British Indians and Sikhs, whose daughters have been among the victims, have decried this mislabeling. It is a stark reminder that precise accountability is essential for justice. The Sikh Federation UK and the Hindu Council UK have demanded that offenders be named accurately as Pakistani, not shielded by ambiguity. In the latest, Keir Starmer has faced a lot of backlash for his incompetence as the Director of Public Prosecutions from 2008 to 13, as he had failed to counter the grooming gangs which had surfaced in the 2000s then. There were several recommendations after a national inquiry report into these cases which was published in 2022. However, they are yet to be implemented, including putting up a National Child Protection Authority. Where does this leave Britain? The refusal to launch an inquiry undercuts efforts to deliver true justice. If Pakistan's own legal failures offer any lesson, it is that political expediency cannot outweigh the need for transparent action.